In the aftermath of a great war, the world had changed. The once vibrant lands were now marked with scars of battles and whispers of bravery. Among the many stories of valor, there was one about a young boy named Elijah and a wise crocodile named Brian. Elijah lived in a small village on the edge of a vast jungle. The village was a peaceful place, but the echoes of the war had reached even here. The villagers spoke of heroes and sacrifices, and Elijah listened with wide eyes, dreaming of bravery and adventure. One day, while exploring near the river, Elijah stumbled upon a peculiar sight. A large crocodile, with scales as green as the jungle leaves, lay sunbathing on the river bank. The crocodile opened one eye and regarded Elijah with a curious gaze. "Hello, young one," the crocodile spoke, much to Elijah's surprise. "I am Brian, and I have a tale to share, if you are willing to listen." Eagerly, Elijah sat by the river, and Brian began his story. He spoke of a time when he was part of a unit of animal soldiers, tasked with protecting the jungle during the Great War. Brian was not just any soldier, he was the leader of his unit, respected and admired by all. The conflict was fierce, and the enemy was relentless. One day, Brian's unit found themselves cornered, with no escape in sight. The only way to save his fellow soldiers was to create a diversion, a dangerous task that would require great sacrifice. Brian made a difficult decision. He would lead the enemy away, risking his own safety for the greater good of his unit. With a heavy heart, he bid farewell to his comrades and set off on his perilous mission. As Brian recounted his tale, Elijah listened intently, his heart pounding with the tension of the story. The crocodile's bravery was inspiring, and Elijah felt a deep admiration for the wise creature. Brian's sacrifice was not in vain. His diversion allowed his unit to escape and regroup, ultimately leading to a victory that turned the tide of the war. Though Brian was injured, he survived, and his actions became a legend among the animals of the jungle. The story resonated with Elijah, who realized that true bravery often required sacrifice. Inspired by Brian's courage, Elijah promised himself that he would always strive to be brave and selfless, just like the wise crocodile. As the sun began to set, casting a golden glow over the jungle, Elijah thanked Brian for sharing his story. The crocodile smiled, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "Remember, young one," Brian said, "courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it." With a newfound determination, Elijah returned to his village, eager to share Brian's story with his friends and family. The tale of the crocodile's courage spread throughout the village, inspiring others to act with bravery and selflessness in their own lives. In the days that followed, Elijah often visited Brian by the river, seeking advice and sharing his own adventures. The bond between the boy and the crocodile grew stronger, a testament to the power of stories and the lessons they impart. Through Brian's story, Elijah learned that even in the darkest times, hope and courage could light the way. The war had left its mark on the world, but the tales of bravery and sacrifice continued to inspire, guiding the hearts of those who listened. And so, in the quiet village on the edge of the jungle, the legend of Elijah and Brian lived on, a reminder that courage and friendship could overcome any challenge, no matter how great.